my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight oil. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
I'm Whitney. Keep it cute.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you are new, hold on, Chad. Let me take this off. All right. All right. What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. So let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear me okay. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. Okay. So just in, you guys, Minnesota prosecutors are dropping the charges against R. Kelly. Okay, so I want to go ahead and share my screen and get into this article. I'm not going to hold you guys long at all, but I wanted to go ahead and go through this since I've been giving y'all, the basic updates when it comes to R. Smelly. And I know y'all probably been like, where is Whitney? Where's she been? Well, I am actually getting another channel established. So that's where your girl has been. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Okay. Let's do this like this. All right. So this article, let me know if you guys can see it because I've been having little issues with it. Okay. Let me see if y'all can see this. Okay. If y'all can't see it, it's okay. Let me go ahead and just read it so y'all can get the information. All right. So as you guys know, he had some charges in Minnesota. All right. A young lady that he got gave money to or what have you, and had them basically prostitute themselves. And so we were all in the bushes waiting to hear in the whims as to what was going to happen when it came to that. And so it is what it is. Okay, so let me go ahead and read this and we'll go from there. Okay. All right, so let me close this. All right, so this is from Chicago Tribune, and it reads, prosecutors in Minnesota have decided to drop sex charges against R. Kelly, noting that the disgraced R&B singer has already been sentenced to decades behind bars on 2 separate federal convictions. Okay, so here we go again, just like in Illinois, the same thing has transpired. Okay, so basically they're saying that, oh, there we go. Hey, y'all, sorry. So basically they're saying that, enough is enough. He's, I guess, got enough going on to where they don't want to, I guess, go any further with this whole situation because he's already been prosecuted, or he's being prosecuted, if you will, in he was prosecuted in Illinois and New York. But anywho, let's go ahead and continue this article. The overwhelming impact of proceeding to trial in this case on the survivor, victim, the community, and the Hennepin County legal system will be enormous. while a conviction would not add an additional time in prison. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office stated this week. Goes on to say the Minnesota case was the final pending criminal case against Kelly, who was charged with sex offenses in multiple jurisdictions. Across the country in 2019, he was found guilty of racketeering by a federal jury in New York in 2021. Last year, he was convicted in Chicago's federal court on charges of child pornography and sexual conduct with minors. Now, appeals of the federal convictions are pending. All right. Um, Earlier this year, Cook County prosecutors dropped their 4 pending cases against Kelly. State's Attorney Kim Foxx said, you guys know that we actually reported on this when this first came out. Anyways, Kim Foxx said the office believes strongly that the accusations against Kelly were credible, but that the office's resources would be better spent elsewhere, given that Kelly likely will spend the rest of his life in prison. We all, well, I know we were hopeful. The Minnesota charges brought in August of 2019 alleged Kelly solicited a teenager or a teenage girl who asked him for his autograph in 2001. She approached Kelly at an event in downtown Minnesota and asked him to sign an autograph for her. Prosecutors said at the time Kelly also gave her his phone number and she later went to his hotel suite. He paid her $200 to take off her clothes and dance for him. And the two had some sexual contact, prosecutors said. It goes on to say in a statement Tuesday, Hennepin County prosecutors said they, quote, continue to believe the victim survivor as to what Mr. Kelly did to her in this case and believe that Kelly would be convicted if the case went to trial. But that conviction would not add to Kelly's time in prison, the statement noted. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bojangles, as we call over here, said Wednesday that she was pleased with the decision to drop the charges. Quote, it was the right thing to do for a number of reasons. Girl, be quiet. First off, what's the right thing to do is stop putting your client in front of these judges and taking him to court and taking this man money. Let's be very clear who's taking the money, and that's you. You know he's guilty. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Said Bojangles, it would have been an enormous waste of resources for the state of Minnesota. No, it wouldn't have, because he would have been found guilty. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Bojangles said that while they were happy to not have to defend Kelly against the allegations, his team was, quote, absolutely ready, end quote, to go to trial and likely would have prevailed. Quote, we would have defended that case, she said, end quote. Quote, I don't think the evidence would have shaken out the way they thought it would, end quote. Girl, bye. Meanwhile, Attorney Gloria already issued a statement on behalf of the alleged victim in the case, identified only as Jane Doe. It said what Kelly did to her has been weighing heavily on her for more than 20 years and will continue to hurt her for the rest of her life. This reminds me of the, I think it was Lavita or I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering her name, but it reminds me of basically the hair braider that he, did that didn't get we didn't get to hear her story. This situation reminds me of that, and this is rather unfortunate. Although I understand, because they're just like these are state charges, Anywho, it continues to go on and say, as a surviving victim of R. Kelly, I feel sad about the fact that Hennepin County Attorney's Office in Minnesota decided not to hold him accountable for what he did to me when I was a minor. End quote. The statement said, quote, if there had been a criminal trial, I would have been willing to testify against R. Kelly, even though it wouldn't have brought any extra prison time for him. It would have given me closure, end quote. And I think that that's very important when it comes to these victims, because it's kind of like, dang, it's like I didn't have anybody to protect me then. And it kind of feels like they don't have it now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just kind of like, well, sorry, this is not, basically you're saying it's not going to do anything, when at the end of the day, it should be more so about the victims than the victimizer. But anywho, I concur. Kelly, a Chicago native, got his start busking in subway stations before rocketing to fame with hits such as I Believe I Can Fly and Ignition Remix. Allegations of sexual misconduct with teenagers dodged him for years and were first reported by the Chicago Sun-Times more than 2 decades ago. Cook County prosecutors in 2002 charged him with child pornography, alleging he filmed himself having sex with his 14-year-old goddaughter. He was acquitted 6 years later after a bombastic trial during which the victim never testified. In the years after that, he enjoyed something of a career renaissance, playing the Pitchfork Music Festival in his hometown in 2013 and collaborating with artists such as Lady Gaga and Mariah Carey. But controversy continued to swirl around him and came to a head a few years later. Uh, Driven largely by investigative stories by music critic and reporter Jim DeRogas. Um, in BuzzFeed and The New Yorker, as well as damning accusations in the blockbuster Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. Now, after the documentary aired in January 2019, Fox held an unusual news conference saying she was, quote, sickened by the allegations and putting on a public plea for Kelly's accusers to come forward. The Cook County indictments were announced about a month later, and the federal indictments were brought down later that year. The Minnesota case followed about a month afterward. A federal jury in Brooklyn convicted Kelly in 2021 on racketeering conspiracy charges, alleging his musical career doubled as a criminal enterprise aimed at satisfying his predatory sexual desires. That case resulted in the 30-year sentence. The latest conviction came in September in Chicago's federal courthouse, where Kelly was found guilty of abusing his 14-year-old goddaughter on videotape in the 1990s, as well as sexual misconduct with two other minors around the same time period. The same jury acquitted Kelly on charges that he rigged his 2008 trial. Kelly was sentenced to 20 years in prison on that conviction, though U.S. District Judge Harry Linenweber ordered that only 1 year will be served consecutive to his 30-year sentence in New York. Okay. Now, you guys, I came live to you guys in regards to the conviction and sentencing and all that stuff like that. And that was just deplorable, to say the least. Okay, so that is it in regards to this particular video. I will say this, though. I'm curious now as to what people are going to do. All y'all who made this a freaking career, if you will, out of R. Kelly, what are y'all gonna do now? It's over with. It's literally over with now, because it's no Minnesota. So unless y'all gonna keep talking about the parents, I see y'all. Unless you're gonna keep talking about everything besides the fact of the matter of what R. Kelly did himself, then yeah, you guys are still having a very thorough career and just shooting your ish. But in all actuality, in all totality, he's where he belongs. He's not getting out. appeals take years. Okay. And not only that, he's older, and I don't want to hear nothing in my comments talking about taking the black man down. He did this to himself. And I don't care if this man was blue, purple, green, or gray. What he did was deplorable. And I don't want to hear the other argument about these parents sold their kids. I don't even care about that. Okay. I don't care if they gift wrap these kids and put a bow on them and ship them off onto this man. What he did once they were in the custody of him is what he is being held accountable for. Okay. Now, if anything was true pertaining to any of these parents, don't you think they would have been on trial along with the enablers, with the employees? Miss me with anything else. Okay. All right. So with all that being said and done, anybody that played a part in this that can be proven in the court of law should be held accountable, not by the court of opinion. Okay? I don't care what y'all think. Okay? Y'all can talk to your blue in the face, but if a person is discovered by the court of laws, okay, like this man has been 2 times in 2 different places, okay, been held accountable for the actions that he was accused of and being found to be guilty on those actions. Nobody railroaded him. Nobody set him up. Every case was different. Okay, and based off of the evidence that was proven in the court of law, he was held accountable for his decisions. And so with all that being said, like I said, I'm curious as to see what people are going to be talking about now, since this ship is about to sail. And that's why I've been, like I said, making other means, as to moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm over R. Kelly. As you guys can see, I ain't been back to talk about this till now. Hey, Miss NYC model, Honey Bunches, which pretty self. But yeah, that is it, you guys, for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. While you guys are there, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And I will absolutely see you guys on the next video, whatever that is. I love y'all. Peace.